take you to a rooftop bar, so you can shine among the stars. I've always tried to play it cool, but now I'm standing like a fool. Oh, now I'm feeling so dumb, 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 dumb.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to stand, you can stand. If you want to sit, you can sit. If you want to quieten down, you can quieten down. Anybody at the back of the room want to come forward, or are you just going to... You're more than welcome to stay there if you want to. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get this evening started. Lovely to see everybody tonight. Thank you so much for coming. It is, after the sort of 12 months everybody's had, it is really lovely to see everybody back in a room together for an awards night. Obviously, that wasn't possible last year, so it's really lovely to have everybody back in this room, this magnificent new room in One Oval Square. Just to warn you, the whole evening is being live streamed as well, a bit like all the games. I don't know if there'll be replays or a camera at different ends of the room, but it's being live streamed, so just to warn you, don't walk too close to the camera. Right, I think we'll get this evening started. We'll get straight on to our first set of awards, and to hand those awards out, can I welcome your chairman to the stage, Richard Thompson. And the way this will work is, when I announce the winners, could they come up to the stage? And I'm afraid you have to have a little chat with me as well. So, our first award of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is our Academy Player of the Year. And this award goes to Nathan Barnwell. This is like the Oscars. I don't think Nathan can be with us tonight, so we'll make sure that Nathan gets the award. Our second award this evening goes to the Most Improved Player of the Year, and that is Gus Atkinson. And our third award of the evening is named after Graham Kersey. It's the Graham Kersey Team Man of the Year. This gives me the greatest pleasure. It's not just Team Man of the Year, this is Team Men of the Year. Alex Tyso and Paul Steele. Right, I'm just going to have a quick chat with Gus. Gus, congratulations. How's the season been for you, my friend?
Yeah, not too bad. few injuries and niggles along the way, but overall it's been a good season for me.
Yeah, and how does it feel to get this award, Most Improved Player?
Yeah, I'm happy to have got it, and nice to get some recognition. So yeah, it's good.
Now, you two gentlemen, Alex Tyso, you know the question I'm going to ask you, so prepare yourself. Stilo, obviously you've been spending a lot of time as well with the first team this year, because Mr. Tyso's been off doing other bits and pieces. How much have you enjoyed that, being around the group the whole summer?
Yeah, it's been good fun, pretty much the same, because I'm around a little bit with trainings and stuff. It's been good to sort of lead a little bit from Alex, looking after the 100 stuff.
And to be a Team Man of the Year, it's quite an accolade.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I won this in 2017, but I wasn't actually here. So, yeah, it's nice to be here.
You're both double winners. Double winners. And Alex Tyso, you've won this before, and the last time you won it, I asked you this very question. I'm going to ask you it again, but you can't give the same answer. What is the best bit of physiotherapy you've ever done?
Bugger off.
Is that it? Got nothing else for me. Ladies and gentlemen, Gus Atkinson, Paul Steele, and Alex Tyso. And as I say, we'll make sure that Nathan gets his award, and congratulations to him for being the Academy Player of the Year. Right, let's move on to the T20. Let's have a little reminisce about Surrey's T20 season. One of the great celebrations from Mr. Batty. Just have a quick chat about the T20 season. I'd ask Mr. Batty, please, and Will Jacks if they could just nip up for a quick chat about the T20 season. Will Jacks and Gareth Batty. You weren't warned about this, were you? Gareth, this season in the T20, would it be fair to say consistency would be, played some brilliant stuff and then there was times where it didn't go according to plan? Would that be a fair comment?
Yeah, definitely. It's tough to get consistency in 2020 cricket, but I think we threw away a couple of games that we should have won, as opposed to the opposition beating us, which ultimately cost us qualifying. And
this lad to your right had another terrific season in T20, isn't he?
That's why the spotlight's on him. There was a very short clip of him dismantling a bloke bowling at 93 miles an hour at the Keir Oval. It was very impressive, and he keeps rolling on in that form of the game, and long may it continue. Yeah,
Jaxie, how important was it, because you had a great T20 last year, but to get off to the start you did at Lords, where I thought you were going to get a double hundred at one point, but to play like that in that opening game and sort of set you on the way for the season?
Yeah, that was something I wanted to do coming into the year, was back up last year and prove it wasn't a fluke, and that was a pretty nice start. Obviously it could have been something special, but that was a pretty good day.
And would you agree with what we were saying with bats there, at times brilliant, at other times not so good, and that was the reason you didn't get to quarters?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we only had to win one more game to get through, and there's a couple of games that stick out, were Glamorgan and Canterbury. We should have won both of those games, and could have gone through, and who knows what would have happened. But like I said, we were sometimes brilliant and sometimes pretty shit.
Right. It's a good sum. It's good summing up. Good summing up. On that bombshell, Will Jacks and Gareth Batty. It's always nice to get an honest answer. It's always nice. And they say I don't ask the hard-hitting questions. Right, it's time for our Supporters Club Awards. And I'm going to introduce our Supporters Club members who are going to come up and hand out the awards. So could Dan Rosendale, Chris Payne, Martin Searle, Nicola Randall and Emma Levenden come to the stage to hand out the Supporters Club Awards for this year, please. If you there and then... Right, our first Supporters Club Award is Anne Bickerstaff's second 11 champagne moment of the season, which is going to be presented by Emma Lewenden. First nomination, Will Jacks' 68 off 28 balls versus Essex at the LSE in the second 11 T20, which included 28 off 1 over. Second nomination was Ben Geddes' opening his 2021 account with scores of 100 not out, 68, 42 not out, and 68. And nomination 3, and I know this is a good one because he made me watch it, Laurie Evans keeping wicket against Hampshire, taking 3 wickets in addition to making a 50. Well, the Anne Bickerstaff second 11 champagne moment of the season goes to Will Jacks. We're not. Our next Supporters Club Award is the Sylvester Clark Large Rum Moment, which is going to be presented by Martin Searle. Our first nomination, which is now officially the third best day of my life after the birth of my daughter and Johnny Wilkinson's drop goal in 2003 against Australia. Hashim Amla's 37 not out of 278 balls against Hampshire at the Ageas Bowl. Genuinely, Hash, third best day of my life. Tim David's 140 not out off 70 balls against Warwickshire in the Royal London Cup. And Ryan Patel's 131 off 70 balls against Nottinghamshire at Guildford in the Royal London One Day Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sylvester Clark Large Rum Moment of the Year is Ryan Patel's 131 off 70 balls against Nottinghamshire at Guildford. Our next Supporters Club Award is the Young Player of the Year, which will be presented by Richard Mantle. And our nominees are Dan Moriarty, Jamie Smith and Ryan Patel. And the Supporters Club Young Player of the Year is Jamie Smith. Our next Supporters Club Award is Anne Millington-Jones Women's Player of the Year, presented by Nicola Randall. 3 nominees for this award: Alice Capsey, Sophia Dunkley and Bryony Smith. And the winner is Alice Capsey. The next Supporters Club Award is for the Most Improved Player of the Year, and this will be presented by Chris Payne. Our 3 nominees are Dan Moriarty, Ryan Patel and Jamie Smith, and the Supporters Club's Most Improved Player of the Year is Ryan Patel. And our final Supporters Club Award is for the Player of the Season. And Don Rosendale is going to present this award. Our 3 nominees are Hashim Amla, Jordan Clark and Jamie Smith. And the Supporters Club Player of the Season is Jamie Smith. Right, time to remind ourselves of this summer's women's campaign with a video here. Richard Bedbrook, the Regional Director of Women's Cricket, to the stage to present our first award, please. Richard Bedbrook. And I'm delighted to announce that the Kia Surrey Women's Player of the Year is Danielle Gregory. Bedders, grab a microphone. Surrey's women have had a huge impact across all competitions this year, haven't they?
Yeah, I think as everybody knows in the room, women's cricket's gone through a few structural changes. That was almost the highlights of an entire game there, because the women's game has now moved forwards. It's starting to really take shape with a few different badges, a few different kits, a few different teams, and Surrey is certainly impacting on all those in this region in particular. Yeah, and we look forward to supporting those going forwards as well.
Alice has already won one award. You knew how good she was. I saw her last year. I don't know a lot about cricket, but I'd worked out she was pretty good. Whole world now knows how good she is now, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah. Alice is riding the crest of a wave. Numerous plaudits this year, numerous awards, and yeah, very much come through all the Surrey age groups. Made a Surrey women's debut at 14 years old and is only just turned 17 now. And the world is her oyster in cricket at the moment. England, I'm sure, will come very soon. So, had a great year.
And great to see Bryony Smith scoring runs, taking wickets, but also captaining as well.
Yeah, Bryce had another good year. She's moved into a professional contract with the South East Stars, and as a result of that is captaining there, and has done a fine job leading that group as well, and was also captain for the England A team against New Zealand in a warm-up game as well. So yeah, we look forward to supporting her for hopefully some England honours coming up again in the future.
Brilliant. Richard Bedbrook, thank you for joining us. Congratulations again to Danny, and let's have a little reminder of Surrey's men's 50 over campaign. This will be really good. I'd like Ryan Patel and Dan Moriarty, please, to come up to the stage just for a couple of questions about the 50 over campaign. Ryan Patel and Dan Moriarty, ladies and gentlemen. Sit on the stool. It's like boys' own. Right, gentlemen, Dan, I loved watching you guys in the 50 over competition this season. How much did you enjoy playing? You all looked like you had a great time getting to that semi-final.
Yeah, it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience for the guys who were around. Obviously, the squad took quite a hit with the 100, and I think it was a great opportunity for guys, you know, who wouldn't necessarily be playing in this competition, and we all bought into a kind of team culture and ended up doing quite well, which is great.
Yeah, and personally, pleased with the way it went?
Personally, yeah, it was quite a big learning experience for me. First time playing professional one-day cricket, and enjoyed it. As the competition progressed, you know, I grew with confidence like a lot of the guys, and was happy with the way it worked out.
Ryan, so that game at Guildford, you went in, I think, 2 not out off 10 balls when it rained, then walked out as Chris Gale. I didn't know what had happened, or Brian Lara. Unbelievable, my friend, unbelievable. How much did you enjoy that? How much did you enjoy just getting out there and expressing yourself?
Yeah, well, it was thoroughly enjoyable. I don't think I could believe it myself that I did it, and I don't think many of the coaching staff either. But it did happen, and one of them days that I'll never forget, to be honest.
And how important was it for you to back it up, which is what you did? Yeah, there was 131, but then you backed it up.
No, I think that was the most important thing for me, to have a run of games in the 50 over comp, and we were a good, tight unit at the time, and it was a great experience, to be honest. I haven't played a lot of one-day cricket. It was just nice to have some game time and actually move things forward from that innings at Guildford, and thankfully I did.
Well, it was outstanding. It was a great campaign. Loved every minute of it. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Patel and Dan Moriarty. So we've looked back at the 50 over campaign. Let's have a little look back at this year's county championship campaign. I'd like to ask Surrey's head coach, Vikram Solanki, to come to the stage, please, to answer a few questions, and then we'll do our 3 next awards. So, ladies and gentlemen, Vikram Solanki. Evening, coach. Would frustrating be the word, do you think, for the championship campaign this season?
That'll be one. It's been a difficult campaign for a number of reasons. They're sort of well documented. But there's no getting away from us not being good enough throughout the year, really. We've shown in glimpses that we can play some really good cricket and put teams under pressure. But unfortunately, we've just not done that consistently.
Yeah, and obviously you had that first 8 games, then the break, then 2 games. How tough was that schedule, those 8 games, 8 weeks, week after week after week?
It's tough, but it's the same for pretty much all the teams. So I don't think we can use the schedule as an excuse necessarily. All teams have exactly the same sort of structure, the same sort of repetitive nature of sort of play, travel, practice, play, travel, practice. And we're very aware of that's what we've got to deal with. I don't think we can use that particularly as an excuse. I don't think any of the players, any of the coaching staff or management would dream of doing anything of the sort. I think the harsh reality of it is that at times we just didn't give a good enough account of ourselves.
As I've got you here, I just want to ask you about one gentleman. I described it as the third best day of my life. He was awarded his Surrey First 11 cap yesterday. He's not out again going into tomorrow. There's been double hundreds. There's been the 173 against Gloucestershire. He just loves batting, this man, Hashim Amla, doesn't he? And he's been absolutely outstanding this summer.
He absolutely has, and it's very evident what he brings to the team and the club as far as his runs. But there is a lot more to it. There's a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of sort of experience that he can pass on to some of the younger players. I sincerely hope they grab every opportunity. I mean, we've been fortunate in the recent past to have some greats amongst our group, and we really should, as a group, and that's coaching staff as well as players, grab every opportunity to sort of eke out every bit of experience from the likes of Hashim. He's been he's a thorough gentleman and is absolutely the example to us all.
And he also gave me the best answer to any interview this season when, after the 37 not out of 278 balls, he very kindly came out for interview, and I looked at him and said, "Did you enjoy that?" And he went, "Yeah, loved it, loved batting." So it was one of the best answers of the season. Vic, stay there because we'll do our next 3 awards. Thank you for joining us on stage.
I don't know what you mean, sir.
Well, it's probably something we'd talk to Hash about rather than Vic, I would have thought.
No, I'm happy to talk about it. I mean, the sacrifices Hashim's made in being here for the length of time he's been here, again, just speaks volumes for the character and personality he is. He's very giving of his time, and we've certainly demanded a lot of him this year, both with the bat and just simply his presence here.
Very good answer. Right. So, 3 awards. If each winner would come up to the stage, please. Our first award is the Kia Young Player of the Year, and the winner is Jamie Smith. I think we're going to have a photo. Up. Sorry, mate. Our next award is for the Kia Bowler of the Year, and the winner is Jordan Clark. And our next award is for the Kia Batsman of the Year, and our winner this year is Ollie Pope. Gentlemen, well done. Jay Smith, I'm going to start with you. Well batted today. Another 100. I've only got one question for you, but you must be delighted, I would have thought, having done it in all 3 forms of the game this season.
Yeah, it was nice to get the opportunity, I guess. First time I sort of played a full season. Stuck around, you know, for the boys and for the badge. When others were chasing cash, maybe in the 100. All jokes aside, it was fantastic to be around and really enjoyed the experience.
And Jordan Clark, 32 championship wickets this season. You've had to lead the attack at times as well. The 6 for against Hampshire. How pleased are you with the way, especially with the ball, it's gone this summer?
Yeah, obviously pleased. Did a lot of work with sort of Jono in the off season to try and get improvements in my sort of accuracy and stuff like that. So yeah, obviously quite happy. Would have liked to have done a bit better, but yeah, pretty pleased.
And Ollie Pope, how's the summer been for you, my friend? Been lovely to see you out there scoring double hundreds, and obviously 80 odd here in the Test match. But how's the summer been for you?
Yeah, it's been good fun. Like Vic was talking about, learning from a guy like Hash has been a pleasure, I think, for us, all of us batters, and getting the chance to bat with him for long times out in the Oval has been really fun as well. So yeah, it's been enjoyable, but hopefully we can have some more next year.
Brilliant stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Smith, Jordan Clark and Ollie Pope. I'd like to ask the Director of Cricket, Alex Stewart, to the stage, please. Alec, well, it's my normal hard-hitting question for you. Assessment of the year overall?
Challenging, disappointing, frustrating. Always say never ever fault the players' efforts. But I think we've got a chance now to probably press the reset button in the off-season, ready to really give it a red-hot go next summer.
Yeah, because it's what we've been saying. There's been patches, hasn't there, where they play brilliantly, and then other times where it hasn't been so good. So it's that consistency thing.
Yeah, it is. There's been reasons why. So we've lost players or not had players available or not had players made available by the ECB. But at the same time, we have to look at ourselves. What can we do better? What can we do better as individuals? What can we do better collectively, management and players? And if we really assess that in a very honest way, we've got a chance of then taking another step forward. But I say, great group of guys. You know, that dressing room's a good place. They want to challenge themselves, challenge each other. They want to go up to higher honours, which is great, but they also want to make sure we're doing everything to try and make Surrey the best side in the country, which currently we're not there. League tables don't lie. But I know that the effort that they will put in and the commitment that they will give will stand us in good stead for the start of next summer.
Yeah, we've talked about this all season, but for next summer, would you like to go back to 2 divisions rather than the 3 conference?
Hard hitting, aren't you, News and the World Reporter?
Yeah. Don't worry, it's
I want 2 divisions. I've made that known for a long period of time. I believe that's the best format. I believe it should be best v best, and you've got to earn the right to try and win that championship. But if I'm a betting man, which I'm not, it will be conference next summer because other counties will think differently. And the ECB, I suggest, will think differently. They may still hide behind COVID, which, if they do, that's the only sport. Cricket is the only sport in this country. I think they'll change their league setup because of COVID. We've got to learn to live with COVID. So yeah, I would like 2 divisions, but I think next year we'll find we will have conference.
Right, now, the thing about evenings like this, Mr. Stewart, is there's always people sort of leaving the club, and it's always a sad time, in a way. 2 very special men leaving Surrey this season. Jade Dernbach, of course, and Ricky Clark. Just some words from you about those 2 gentlemen?
Yeah, just before we go on to those 2, there is another person in the room who is going to finish playing, but is also going on to the coaching staff, and that gentleman has been fantastic, both as a club captain, as a player, as a mentor, as a Surrey and England person through and through. And before we talk about the other 2, which we will do, I'd just like the whole room just to say thank you to Gareth Batty, the player. And he will hate me for having done that, but there's no way we were going to not show the respect that he deserves. So thank you very much, Gareth.
And Jay Durback and Ricky Clark.
Listen, we've just had a nice half an hour or so in the dressing room where we've paid tribute to two Surrey players through and through. As I say, Jade has been with this club, boy and man, man and boy. Ricky, I handed him the Under-9 Player of the Year cap about 42 years ago, I think it was. Yes, he popped off to Derby for some reason. He went to Warwickshire where he did fantastically well. He's played for England, but to come back here, first of all on loan in 2017, and then to play a massive part in us winning the championship in 2018, shows what he has done for the club, what Jade has done for the club. Don't forget, Jade is captain our T20. Jade has played for England. When he first started out, would he really believe that? Would Ricky really believe what they have achieved? No, they'd hope and dream. But through the hard work, the determination, the talent that is required, they've done everything. So that they can both look back at the end of their careers now and say, I couldn't have done any more. Because if you see them in the dressing room, you see what they go through, what they put their bodies through, how they help other players. Jade, he hasn't played this year too much. He played a couple of T20 games, but you see him in the dressing room. The players, the young players, want to learn from him. They want to go and sit next to him and talk to him. Ricky Clark, you see him there at first slip, talking to the keeper, talking to the young players, trying to make them better. And that's what you want. So again, what they've achieved, they should be very proud of. We had a nice presentation, as I say, in the dressing room, and that will remain in the dressing room. But what we've said to them, once you're part of Surrey, you're always part of Surrey. And when they come back next week, in a year, in 2 years' time, they'll be very, very welcome, because when you're in the Surrey family, you're in there for good. And they've shown that from being youngsters right through to one being Jade's age and then being the old age pensioner that Ricky is as well. But again, wonderful people, wonderful cricketers, and great, great servants to both Surrey and England and the game of cricket.
Ladies and gentlemen, shall we remind ourselves, Ricky Clark, Jade Durback. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask Jade Dernbach and Ricky Clark onto the stage, please. I was going to ask them questions, but they're not going to get through it. But I'd like to ask them up onto the stage, please. And I'd also like to... And I'd also like to ask your chairman, Richard Thompson, to come here to say a few words about these two and something very, very special for both of them.
Yes, something we've only ever done once before for Kumar Sangakkara. And clearly Kumar left a huge impression on all of us, made a massive impact. And we broke with tradition, and we did something a few years ago for Kumar that really marked how special he was to us. And we thought, you know, there are certain things that money can't buy in life, and we certainly rewarded Sang with one of those. And frankly, there are very few people that are worthy of this award that I'm about to present to Ricky and to Jade. Jade Winston Dernbach, for those of you that are unaware of his middle name. I've only said that to stop him crying because it's getting a bit difficult up here. But the reality is this is a family, and these are two individuals who have had a phenomenal impact on and off the field for us, who will bleed Surrey to their dying days, who love this club as much as anyone. And it is my honour to present them with honorary life membership of Surrey County Cricket Club. Jane Dernbach and Ricky Clark.
I've just asked, can you get through a couple of questions? Jade said yes, Clarky went no. So I'll start with you, Jade. That's a pretty special thing to get, isn't it? Life membership?
Yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting it. Like Chairman just said, that's a pretty big honour, and I'm absolutely over the moon with it. Eternally grateful for not only that, but all the love and support that I've been shown over the years that I've been at this club. It's been probably not even my second family, it's been my first family. The amount of time we spend together, what we do to try and achieve things on the field for you, our members, for the fans, for everyone, for ourselves, as teammates. We put so much into this, and this has been my life, my whole adult life, my whole childhood life. This is all I've ever known, all I've ever loved. Yeah, to say it's been tough the last couple of months coming to terms with it, it has. But equally, I'm going to spend some time reflecting on my career and what Surrey's given me. This will always be my home. Regardless of whether I'm here next year or not, this will always be my home. But the important thing to remember is that it does go so quick, even though it's been 18 years, 17 years, whatever it's been, but it goes very quickly. And it's important that each and every one of us as players, supporters, members, just keep remembering what a great club we have here. And it's all of our duty to keep pushing this club forward, both on and off the field. And it's how we carry ourselves, the work we put in, the love we show to one another. Those are the things that really matter. And it's nights like tonight when you get presented with something as special as that, that reminds you what a great club and family environment this really is. So thank you very much for everything.
If I said I echo every single word that Jade said, Is that a cop-out? No, but seriously, what a fantastic club to be part of. I've grown up with this lad from a very early age. I showed him the ropes, good and bad, I'll probably say. But it's very special. As Jay said, your life goes so quickly, your cricket career goes so quickly. Everything you want to do in life, you have to work hard for. And I feel that this club is such a special club. It is my family. It's been my family since the age of 9. It will continue to be my family. I support every single person in this room that is related to the Surrey family. And I just echo everything that Jay said. You know, thank you for your continued support over through the years. And thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just about stats this game, it's about the players themselves and the men themselves here. And I think it's fair to say 2 of the best men that this club's ever had. So Ricky Clark and Jay Dermott. If I could ask Richard Bedbrook back to the stage, please, because I'm now going to announce the Women's Members Player of the Year. So if Richard could come back to the stage for this award. And I'm delighted to announce that the Women's Members Player of the Year is Alice Capsey. And if I could ask Alex Stewart back to the stage, please, because our next award is for the Men's Members Player of the Year. And I'm delighted to announce that this year the Men's Members Player of the Year is Jamie Smith. So we've one more award to give out this evening. It's a very, very special award because this is voted for by the players themselves. It's the Players' Player of the Year. And I'm delighted to announce that this year's Players' Player of the Year is Jamie Smith. To buy a bigger cabinet now, aren't you? How nice is that to win that award that is voted for by your fellow players?
Yeah, it's probably the best award you can win tonight, but obviously spending a whole season with them, I'm not sure how smart they are, so they must have voted for the wrong player at times. I know a lot of other lads have had fantastic seasons as well and have definitely deserved it. You know, it's been an incredible learning curve experience, learned off a lot of different players, lots to improve on for next year, really.
Some good names on that trophy. You've just added your name to that list. Again, that must be pretty special at your age to have your name on that trophy.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, it's only a start. That's the thing. It's been a good season, nothing special, inconsistent at times, and something that I want to change moving forward into next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Smith, who is, I said to him, at 47, I wish I was as wise as he is at 21. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Smith. So that's all our awards for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome your club chairman, Richard Thompson, back to the stage for a closing speech.
I think one thing we will all miss this winter is the voice of Churchy. Churchy's done an amazing job tonight and a fantastic job this evening. This has been an extraordinary year. We weren't hosting full grounds until the middle of July. We've crammed an awful lot in. The fact that we even hosted cricket this year, the uncertainty, the anxiety brought on by this pandemic has been extraordinary. Trying to get this stand finished, trying to get the ground ready, labour shortages, supply chain issues, you name it, England stealing all our best players. This has been a year like no other. We've had 3 chief executives. We said goodbye to Richard Gould, chief executive extraordinaire, and I pay tribute to Richard tonight. And for Charlie Hodgson to step into the breach as interim chief executive with all of the issues and challenges that we had around this season, has done a phenomenal job as interim chief executive. He's not here tonight, but I'm sure you'll show your appreciation for the work he's done. And we said before the end of the season, I would ensure that we had a new chief executive. Well, we have, and it's Steve Elworthy, who I announced today. Steve is known to some of you. He's revered in the game, those of you that would, I'm sure, Googled him and seen what he's done in his career. And he may come from the ECB. And I know for some of you, you might think, well, what does that mean? But the reality is, when he steps over the line, he's working for Surrey. And this guy's got integrity and can bring so much to the club of our standing. He was in the running for the ICC role, for the ECB role. He chose Surrey. He knows how big this club is. He knows this is the biggest club in the country and wants to leave a legacy. We've had 2 CEOs in 25 years, and I'd like to think we only have 3 in 35. Continuity has been a huge part of our success, and we've built on that. Got some big challenges ahead, and I'm sure under Steve's leadership we will achieve those. But really, without you, the members, downstairs in the room that I'm sure you've enjoyed seeing your names on that board, a club that respects its members, I like to think, as much, if not more than any other. So many of you rolled your membership in when there was no cricket at all to watch last year and kept the lights on when we had nothing here and no income. And that's never going to be forgotten. And that's why it was so important to see your names downstairs, so you'll know you're always going to be part of the history of this club and the history of that room. This year, as Stewie said, has been very frustrating. The club will be hitting the reset button, and to some extent that starts with Steve Aylworthy's position. And we're not afraid of making difficult decisions. And we will do those for the good of the club and in the best interest of the club I know we love absolutely dearly. There are many challenges. The 100 threw it, lots of challenges to us, 4 formats in a season that can barely take 3. But one wonderful spark of this year was the emergence of Alice Capsey in the women's game, which has been a revelation to us. So, to the women. And also, as well, to the fact we now have nearly 15,000 members. The next biggest county has got 6,500 members. We only need 2,000 members more and we overtake the MCC and we become the biggest cricket club in the world. And let's not forget, this is the People's Oval. And we are a very, very proud members club, and that's something I live and die by. And the reality is, as much as it's frustrating, we know it's a cliche, but if you want the rainbow, you've got to put up with the rain. And this year might not have delivered what we wanted us to, but I'm very, very confident it will in the future. Seeing the emergence of Jamie Smith and some of the other players, the 50-over comp really gave talent a chance to shine, and I think they took that opportunity. And I'm sure they will next season as well, as we really do bid for honours and do everything we can to get trophies to be celebrated here tonight. But thank you again for your commitment, for your support, through all conditions. The fact we're back here, last year was a virtual event, you were spaced around. The fact that we're actually together, enjoying each other's company is progress, and long may that continue. But winter well, thank you for your support and look forward to success next year. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Thompson. So that brings our ceremony to a close. Congratulations to all our winners. Again, to reiterate what Richard said, thank you to all the members. The bar is remaining open. I've been told to tell you that as well. And the last thing to say is winter well, Jada, Clarkey, good luck, boys.